What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Talking ScaRy podcast, episode number 5. And as you can see, there's about 2 people here because Mike is taking his sweet old time getting here. But we now have the ScaRy jerseys in. I wish I got the V-neck because this is a little big on the collar, but when you get the V-neck, it looks absolutely amazing. I also got the long sleeve version, so it's something to note that I'm drinking beer coming out. The cufflink's really nice. I really like the way it feels. It has established in 2013 all around the side, and it's a very good fit, so I highly recommend it. So, I want to talk to you about something, Ryan, and I want to get your take on this. So, Post Malone, a rapper, he started talking, or he did not a parody, a collaboration with Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh.
And apparently it was really good. I still have yet to listen to it. But that's not what the whole thing's about. People are saying on social media, these are people who have never even touched the face of the rock industry, are saying that, oh, who's this Ozzy Osbourne guy? Post Malone's really putting these people on the map.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right? That, oh boy, I really do hope that they're fucking around. Because if they're not, heads are going to start rolling.
This, the man is known for many, many, many other things. Did you know that, oh God, this must have been in the 70s when he was doing a concert. They had props, they had bat props, and Ozzy, Ozzy would, bite the head off the prop. Fucking blood would be everywhere. It'd be all corn syrup and shit. Well, somebody threw a real bat on stage one time.
Really? A bat?
An actual live bat. Somebody whipped it right up there on stage.
Where did they get it from?
It doesn't matter. The thing is that Ozzy saw it. He must have been trashed because he said, "Oh shit, a real bat. This will look authentic." Took the real bat, bit its head off, blood like all over the place. You know what I mean? He said he was so trashed he couldn't tell the difference.
Dude, that crowd must have erupted.
Dude, like, it was insane how well and how crazy his concerts got. Like, I mean, this was during his Black Sabbath days when he was like licking beer up off the concert stage floor. I mean, he was known for a great deal many other things, guys. I mean,
not just the Post Malone song, guys. Come on now.
Right, yeah, like he's gained some fame, like and he had his own TV show. I mean, come on, guys. I'm new to this technology thing, but dear God.
Dude, I knew that it was going to piss you off.
A simple, like, Google search of just Ozzy.
You can tell the motherfucker's, like, old as fuck, too. Like, come on now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That makes me want to listen to that song even more now. I'm interested to see how it is. People are saying it's really good. But
I don't want to hear it now.
No.
Just because people are, it must be a meme. It must be meme-ish. Some troll did that, and then everyone else just kind of. I can't. I mean,
but like the motherfuckers, like I actually looked at the profiles.
I don't know with these fucking with people these days. You
can't really tell sometimes because I looked up the actual profiles of the people who did it. Like I saw the real tweet.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like they're into hip hop and everything like that. So it looks like that they would have no prior knowledge of Ozzy, but they've had to have heard of Ozzy from their parents. You know what I mean? Or their grandparents, at least, the very least.
Depending on how they were raised. I mean, my mom didn't give a shit. She showed me how great Meatloaf was. The singer.
The singer. Okay. But say Meatloaf is pretty good.
She showed me how great Alice Cooper was. She showed me some Tom Petty. She showed me some Ozzy. You know what I mean? Like, there was all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brought an AC/DC. Here's some Led Zeppelin. Like. God, my mom had tapes out the ass. Holy shit.
Cassette tapes?
Oh fuck yeah, dude. I like the garage. There's literally like an entire 2-car garage behind here, just so for the folks that don't know. Um Kind of half the reason why there's usually tools laying about and stuff, because usually find something that's old as fuck. Like found a little stereo, put it together. Dad came over. I said, "Yeah, I think this is an 8-track, Dad, but I'm not sure." He goes, "Oh hell yeah, it's an 8-track." I was like, "Oh shit." He's like, "You got any 8-tracks?" And I was like,
My
I
grand.
was I was like, "Yes, I do actually. Give me a minute, because I've been, reorganizing the entire garage, and I was like, I don't know who any of these people are, and the only 8-track I found was the Florida Georgia band. The Devil Went Down to
Oh,
Georgia.
yeah, yeah,
I was like, this is all I know.
yeah.
So I popped that in, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, wait. Before cassettes, 8-tracks, you would just hit a button and it would go to the next track.
That's
I thought it
wild.
was.
That's
I
some
thought
pretty good technology for the time.
I
Shit,
grew up
man.
on cassettes. You had to fast forward, you had to rewind.
Yeah,
Oh shit, song's coming up on the radio. Got to hit that record button. 8 tracks were like
dude.
skip to the next track. I was
Eight
like,
track
wow.
must have been like must have been the BMW of that shit. Like,
You had a loop. You didn't have a shuffle, but you did have a loop.
oh, okay.
So it would play the 8 tracks and then loop, and it was just cool how like instantaneous it was. Um, and
Wow.
cassettes and CDs. So you know, it's just crazy how technology was in the analog phase, because for somebody that is living in a digital age, um analog was so basic. um the sound quality, it was just raw. um
Oh yeah.
for anyone that has any type of an analog stereo, they know immediately what I'm talking about. With digital, it's there, you just have to have the decoder for it. Like, the head unit that I'm using now is all digital. It has, you can see one of the speakers, right? I gotta point at it the right way, right there.
Oh,
It's a
the surround sound.
5.1.
Yeah.
It's a straight surround sound, and there is stereo, but it doesn't have an oomph to it. And so it got way too over engineered, way too convoluted, when honestly, that 8-track with 2 speakers,
Sounded really
um,
good.
it was just amazing. You could hear everything. There was mids, there was
Yeah.
tones, there was ups, downs. You know what I mean?
Speaking of amazing sound, my grandfather owned a vinyl record player. I'm telling you
Yep.
what, dude, that's the best sound that you're gonna get. One of the best sounds. It's just so it's so rich, you know.
Yep.
Only very few things can really compare to it, because it's just when you hear it, you just fall back into time. It's amazing.
There was no such thing back then as compression. There was, but you were dealing with straight magnet, magnet tracks. Instead of now in a day and age where I know that Jake is recording this on a single track. Back then,
Yeah.
if we were to record this in an analog setting, I would be on one track, Jake would be on another, and you could be a little cool with it. You can set my voice to the left, his voice to the right. You can have it so that you could pan it. You could do a lot of stuff with it. And in a digital age, everything's just kind of mixed together. And then now we have to render things, whereas before you didn't have to render things. So back then, if you had a vinyl track, those bands did nothing but play until they got the beat right, the tone down, um, and everything all together till it was perfect. Nowadays, it's like, oh, we'll just, throw a beat machine in there.
Yeah.
Drummer's fucked up. What is he, drunk? It's all right. I got it.
It'll just
It's
be
all
pitch
digital.
perfect. Yeah. You can't really
And
tell any of the inconsistencies because there are none now. It's all perfect.
yeah, well, again, like I said, it's there's so much enhancements, and you know what I mean. You can obviously tell when somebody has their vocal enhancer just amped to fucking 11. You know what I mean?
Oh
Because it's
my
just
god, yeah.
taken, so like there's so much to go on with it, and it becomes easier for somebody who doesn't have a lot of money to make beats become a rapper, become famous. But back then it was all about the skill, and something to take note from, especially if people are seriously thinking that Ozzy is like
An up and comer rapper.
in his late 80s. Oh, he's just getting noticed. Like, should listen to some old school Black Sabbath first.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tell you what.
Fucking hell.
Speaking of old, like this is a really interesting segue, but somebody on the ScaRy channel, it wasn't a fan, it was just some guy from the outside coming in. He commented saying, "You're a little too old to be making content. It's kind of sad." And I'm sitting here like, you know how many motherfuckers that are older than 24 years old making content right now? But like that blew my fucking mind. He had to have been like 15 years old. He saw facial hair and thought I was like 70, you know?
Yeah, I usually get that a lot, especially with the beard.
Yeah.
Like, why are you always hanging out with kids? I'm like, well, for one, people in my peer group don't understand technology the way I do. They're very old school. For some reason, like, I never really got along with my peers ever. Anyone who is in my peer group has a very just how do I say it without being rude? It's a very focalistic way of living. They're not very.
They don't want to learn.
I'm a very open-minded person. I can get into any genre.
They're kind of closed-minded when it comes
Yeah,
to
so they're more or less closed-minded. They have their life. They have what they want. They're happy with it.
Yeah.
I am always looking to improve everything. I'm always looking to mesh old with new with old. You can tell just by all the shit around me. That chair is older than I am.
Wow.
Then again, you've got this this old school from the fucking 90s fitness machine, which is cool. It doesn't actually give you like muscles, but it tones your inner muscles.
Yeah.
Anybody can get huge biceps. I'm always looking for the inner muscles that don't show, because
those are the most important. I mean, those are what's going to get you through the day.
You ever seen Gordon Ramsay?
Yes, he's not buff, but he looks strong. You know?
There was an episode of Kitchen Nightmares where he was on a beach and he picked up this like 250-pound woman, just threw her on her back, one arm, ran down the beach.
Oh my god!
I was like,
damn.
And I saw that, I was like, the fuck was that? I was like that, like, again, that wasn't a skinny woman, but she wasn't a large woman either. She was like my size, 230, 250 pounds. And Gordon Ramsay was like, here we go. I'm so happy we're going to go swimming. I'm going to throw you in there. And he had to run like a good 50 yards.
Wow.
And he just running the whole time, throws her in the water. I was like, God damn, that boy's got some fucking muscle on him. So, it's never really about how you look. It's
the conditioning. It's all about the conditioning.
Yeah, all about that conditioning.
I mean, wasn't Gordon in he was in the Marines, or not the Marines? Because he's not from. Is he from the States? Is he from the USA?
His accent would say no.
That is very true.
I do know that he has a lot of different types of areas where his restaurants are.
I know he has military service because he was a chef, I believe, in the. It wasn't our military, maybe it was the Royal Army or not.
Could have been anything. I have no idea. You know what? He's from Europe around there, because before Kitchen Nightmares there was Ramsay's Kitchen, and it was pretty much the same concept, but
overseas
Britain style.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it was a lot more. It wasn't so cut and not cut and dry, but it wasn't so dramatic. It was more like him teaching people instead of get the fuck back in the kitchen, you bimbo.
Yeah, I hate. Well, actually, it was. I'm sorry, it wasn't Hell's Kitchen. It was Kitchen Nightmares.
Yes, Kitchen Nightmares.
And I really like Ramsay's Kitchen because that used to be on Netflix. I have no idea if it's on there anymore. But it used to be on Netflix. There was like 5 seasons, and like I loved it because Britain does have a very deadpan way of editing stuff, but
It's
If
very
it's
raw.
informal, I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's very raw.
Whereas America, we're so like in your face. Ramsey's going to a kitchen.
Yeah.
Who's he gonna yell at today? Like I don't
It's
care.
yeah.
And then they're like, on this episode of Kitchen Nightmares, and you're just like, oh my god. Then it's got to ruin the whole episode, but not spoil the last 5 minutes of it. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. We can have informal television, like. You're gonna do it with Big Brother, do it with Big Brother. That needs some drama into it. You're gonna do it with a hunting show or Duck Dynasty or some other
Duck Dynasty. Oh my god.
some other stupid ass, something that doesn't have drama into it. You want to add that type of drama.
Yeah.
With Gordon Ramsay, he's a very knowledgeable person, and if you watch Ramsay's Kitchen, he actually talks to everybody. He talks to every person. If there's like a young dishwasher, he asks them. He's like, what are your plans for the future? Do you plan on staying here? Is this just like a part-time gig? Do you want to, like get in the kitchen? And there was like a point where Gordon was like, this dishwasher actually wants to go to college to become a chef, and he actually knows more than your sous chef.
Ooh.
Has anybody asked about this? Does anyone know that he has these skills? And so it's so informative that I love it.
Yeah.
From working in a kitchen for a decade or so, it's just such a raw experience to see, and I can't stand it. Kitchen Nightmares. I really wish
They would tone it down.
Just make it informative. People can learn. That's why I watch YouTube. I can't, yes, I can watch YouTube for iDubbbz and all, and
Ethan.
Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
And all that other crap in the world, but I can also watch YouTube for the informative stuff. Like Did You Know Gaming has a lot of cool stuff. Vatividya does a lot of lore and backstory. He puts a lot of pieces together by data mining, having other people data mine stuff like Dark Souls. He just did a Sekiro.
Oof, I gotta play that.
50 things that you missed, and like it's so informative, and people these days really need that. They don't need, hey, somebody's putting this old man on the board. Fucking hell, where the hell's this old guy? Like, you sound like a hick. And
Jesus.
for the love of God, gain some knowledge. You know what I mean?
I know.
Open your mind.
Don't be so close-minded. I'm just gonna chalk it up to that guy calling me old, as he's just young. He's an idiot. Everyone's an idiot when they're young.
You just, again, I'm 31. I've learned to realize to just put that person as, like if I was in a younger phase, I would argue with that person until the cows came home.
Yeah.
Again, establishing my old age. But now I'm just like, he's just closed-minded. For instance, and again, a lot of people are like that, and we don't need that in this day and age. For instance, decent segment to go into two things. One of them being the vaping scandal going
I'm literally about to drop that. Yeah.
Going all across New York these days. Oh God, this person died from vaping. This person died from vaping, and it was because he was doing. And that was literally the headlines. I was sitting
no context at all.
Nothing. I was sitting here and I heard it because my grandmother, we usually put the news up a little bit loud around 5 or 6 whenever the news comes on.
Yeah.
And it was like, this just in, a teen dead from vaping. And I was just like, I'm gonna fucking throw my fucking axe at that goddamn TV. Are you fucking serious? Like, I was like, what the fuck is this shit about? Grandma's like, what? I was like, Grandma, again, my grandma's just trying to live her life. I don't get angry about many things, but for one, I used to chain smoke like a son of a bitch. I used to cigarette after cigarette after cigarette. Didn't care. This has helped me immensely. And you can call me a douche fluter, you can call me a douchebag because I have one. I don't care. It is something that is curbing the addiction, and it is better than inhaling carcinogens. But a week has passed, nothing from the news other than somebody died from vaping. so bad. People are gonna ban it in New York, and people were raising hell because I saw it all over Facebook, and you know
Yeah.
what I mean. And my grandma came by, and she's because I got so angry after hearing that news segment. I was like, you know what? I was like, I didn't even give a shit. Like, if anybody has any knowledge on this, understand your chemistry.
Yeah.
For the love
Don't
of
be
God.
selling shit. Don't be selling toilet water. Don't be selling fucking
FDA has to approve these things
yes.
for sale, which means that they have to come with a list of ingredients on what they're made out of.
You know
If
what?
there's
Smoking
if,
has killed more people than vaping, and vaping's killed one.
right,
I think.
like
One.
with some accidents, okay,
Yes. Yes.
we can put this in the realm of drinking
Okay.
because a child has gotten a hold of some of this and has taken a gulp,
Oh God.
and they had to get their stomach pumped, and they barely made it. Some other ones, that weren't too careful, you know what I mean? FDA has to put labels on everything, and it has to tell you what's in it, what's on it, and what's about it. So you can have natural flavors because those are deemed illegal by the FDA. There's literally a portion of natural flavoring that you can have that is safe for consumption. If this was at 0 milligram, I could drink this and have no side effects. And I'm not kidding. I would
Wow.
shit my pants because it's
Yeah.
nothing but oil. You ever tried to drink olive oil? That shit ain't fucking fun.
Oh God.
Again, I worked in the kitchen for 10 years. We had a lot of bets going on. We did a lot of crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Shitting out
But
olive oil, huh? It's a good
but
laxative.
but so this whole craze went on for weeks, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, guys, stop sharing this shit. Nobody was listening. Stop sharing it. Stop sharing it. All of a sudden I see it on Facebook, and it was like, oh, it was due to vitamin E. And I'm like,
Vitamin E. Wait, vitamin E. coli? Like what the fuck you talking about?
so my grandmother came by, and she goes, hey, is there any vitamin E in your juice? I'm just a little worried because somebody died, and what. I was like, the hell are you talking about? I was like, and grandma goes, well, do you know what's in it? I said, yes, it says it right here. It's vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, food flavors, which I had mentioned before. It's not a vitamin.
Yeah.
It's literally like a flavor, which means it's a byproduct of like some type of cherry product or whatever the fuck it is, depending on the flavor, and nicotine. And she goes, oh, well, that's informative. And she walks away. Immediate. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, vitamin E? I was like, you can't have that in food flavors. It wouldn't be in the food flavoring thing. So I'm sitting here, I'm starting to get a little weirded out. I'm like, where the fuck would vitamin E come from? So again, what do? Open-minded person like myself. I go on Google. What the hell's going on? The dude was getting this stuff, and he was making his own THC juice, which is highly illegal.
Yeah.
Because for one,
You
like
can kill
vaping has
somebody.
come a certain way. Mind you, it's brand new. No, we don't know the long-term side effects.
Yeah.
But again, we figured out the long-term side effects of soda. Soda can cause cancer if you drink 55 cans of soda a day.
Why would you do that?
So,
you know?
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Gotta regulate it.
yeah, we have to hang on a minute, you know what I mean? Back up a little, stop, think, and go from there, because now that we're in this aftermath of it with everyone wanting to ban this and ban that, you know what I mean? Because then they were saying, well, it was THC, oh, that means it's CBD. I was like, CBD is a completely different thing. Like, Jesus Christ, like my girlfriend has that for her back, just for a little bit of pain.
Reliever.
Yeah, for a little bit of like a pain reliever. Like she's getting a prescription for CBD oil.
Yeah. It's completely different.
I don't think they would give her something that would kill her like that.
Yeah, it seems to be helping. So, I mean,
Right.
know what you're trying to talk about,
So
They tell all
You
these
know,
gun nuts not like know what you're talking about before you talk about it. Well, know what you're talking about before you talk about vaping, because these guys are making their shit illegally and selling it illegally, and it wasn't FDA
exactly.
approved. And this
Right.
actually brings me into another segment, which we're going to be doing the Florida Man segment, because this is my favorite segment of the podcast, because I get to look up the dumbest stories of the week that happened in Florida. And let me just have my moment here. So, Florida Man segment brought to you by nobody yet. We'll have a sponsor soon. All right, so Florida Man, this is my favorite one, by the way. Florida man breaks into a house, makes breakfast, and then tells the homeowner who just woke up to go back to sleep. I fucking love it. Florida man seen on video running away after stealing wallet from man in a wheelchair. Florida man parks smart car in kitchen so Hurricane Dorian won't blow it away. And Florida man...
You need to back up there for a minute.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that are on the beach side where they have entire shutters that can open and close. For instance, there is huge garage door-like structures that can fit right behind me, and they have them on the beach. So in front of me, there could be an entire kitchen set. And behind me, there would be shutters that would open and close. These are on all around the lakes. You go around any rich person's home, they have shutters. So I'm pretty sure in a hurricane-esque environment, I would want a big metal shutter instead of,
A car.
Well, again, so she probably opened the shutters, which got into her kitchen, and
Yeah.
then she parked her car in there, which
Oh yeah, that's true. I was wondering
I
how she got it in her kitchen, because I know those things are small, but they're not that small.
it's a fucked up couch. I don't think I can. Well, you see the size of that couch?
Yeah.
Smart cars, like let's say like the edge of the couch comes up to here. A smart car is only like maybe a foot bigger.
Oh,
They're very tiny things.
that's
I guess
crazy.
you always make the argument, oh, you get hit by a tractor trailer, you're dead. Yeah, it's why you kind of don't want to do that.
Like, no shit. You get hit in a regular car by a tractor trailer, your chances of surviving ain't that great. Sorry for that Facebook notification.
Yeah, it's what I'm gonna start calling this generation, is just the no shit generation, because no shit, Sherlock. You know what I mean? In other news, oh fuck, played Gears 5 all the way through.
Yeah.
Had a nice. I liked it for what it was. Would not pay $60.
Just for the campaign?
12. It's just for the campaign. Like I said, I want to play some escape mode with you and Mike, but the campaign itself, they did something cool. They brought this nice perspective into it, which is cool. You remember Breath of the Wild? Big open thing?
Yeah.
There's 2 big ass open segments in Gears 5.
Really?
And again,
in like a linear campaign, there's like big ass open segments.
In this whole series, that's been nothing but linear. It's pretty cool. And again, I'll try not to spoil it as much as possible.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's true.
For the first 2 or 3 hours, it's Gears as usual. It's fun. I've always liked Gears. It's one of the things that Microsoft has done okay with. It's not the best thing, but it's not the worst thing. I like a decent shooter. I get sick of Call of Duty. I haven't bought a Call of Duty game in years, so
same here.
Seeing as, most of your viewers strive for Call of Duty content, I do apologize if I'm offending a lot of people. It's just, it's not for me. Yeah. I can play Gears all day long because it's brutal. There's fucking chainsaws. You can rip people in half. There's finishing moves. It takes a strategy.
Yeah, you haven't seen that in a COD game since World at War. That way back, the original World at War, not
right.
World War II.
And yeah, like I loved World at War.
Oh
I loved
yeah.
Everything about World at War.
That's where Zombies was conceived,
Just for the simple fact of the multiplayer system of war.
Oh my god, yes.
You had to get to flag to flag to flag, and you had to get there, and they were capturing flags, and you had to capture flags. So now you're meeting up at one point.
Yes.
People are like dive bobbing their heads just to get that extra second to get that flag going. Nobody gave a fuck about kill to death ratios.
Yes.
That is something that I love in the old Call of Duty games.
World War II brought that game mode back, but it just didn't have the same vibe as the original.
It was just so fucking crazy because even though there was like a dude just chucking grenades, like they'll stop eventually.
Yeah, it'll stop eventually. No,
You know what I
keep
mean?
coming and coming.
Yeah, like because I was one of those guys. I was like, well, God, I keep fucking dying. What if I just toss grenades in there too?
Fucking 3
And they're
kills
like,
in a row, 4 kills.
and it would just keep popping up. I was like, well, fuck. If I cared about my kill to death ratio, this just shot it out the fucking window. Nobody gives a fuck now. This is cool. You just sitting there, you know, like this whole time I have a conversation with myself. I was like, fuck, there's another 3 kills. Every grenade, 4 kills. And then like, oh shit. Oh, they're throwing like 12 guys at a time. I'm only getting a quarter of the kills that I should be getting.
Yeah.
The flag got captured. Everybody moves up and I'm dead. I'm like, well, fuck. So you know what I mean? So stuff like that is what I liked. And with this Gears of War, it's a lot of fun. I hate this. It's fun. You have a lot of fun doing stuff. You have upgradable components this time, so it breaks out of this linearity.
Okay. Have you played
Gears,
the multiplayer at all yet? Like Horde mode?
That's what I want to get into.
Horde mode, yeah, same here. Dude.
And I'm not a fan to jump in with a bunch of randos and start, you know, hey guys, let's co-op. That guy speaks Spanish.
Oh,
I don't. Oh God. Okay. Okay. That guy's speaking French. Right.
Rosetta Stone it, dude. Go get it.
Fucking hell. I was like, I don't, dude. You're screaming at me in some other language. I don't know what's going on. Like I'm out.
Was that pendejo? Come on, man. What the fuck is going on?
You know what I mean? Why the fuck's this dude calling me eggs? What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? So, you know, like I don't like that. But you know, and again, I'm at a time in my age where like I can wait. But the campaign itself was a lot of fun. 12 to 18 hours, I want to say. 18 hours is if you want to get everything, because with a Gears game, it's always collectibles. But Gears has always been an Unreal game, and they've always strived to have that detail, that gritty, nasty
and
detail.
it's beautiful.
It's another reason why I like Gears is the lore. This isn't Earth. This is like a different form of like what Earth could be like if like we never had to worry about iron. Like if they're like, okay, picture 7 days, Jake, you know?
Yeah.
Picture just having blockade after blockade after blockade of each and every resource right in front of you.
Oh.
And you had like a tech tree for years. That's kind of what the Gears world is. It's crazy because Gears 1 through 3 were all about, you know, the Locust Horde, which I kind of miss because the Locust had a lot of personality to them. And now the Swarm is in there, and I see where they're going with it, but I'm like, almost love them, almost hate them. I'm always on the verge because for one, I'm 31. I can't take off my nostalgia glasses, even if I wanted to. I'm trying to be as open-minded about this as possible, but it's a lot of fun. I played it on hard mode. Now, there's a shit ton of technical difficulties with this game. One being, I had to install it on my primary hard drive. I was working with Windows technical consultants and Windows chat. I was getting help from Windows engineers. Because you can only have the Xbox app on your Windows version if you have the pre-release or the preview builds. So I kept those on. Well, I had all my games saved to my tertiary hard drive, and so I trying to figure out what might have caused that. I don't know. I think an update happened because you know you're always doing these updates, so it's kind of like it's installing new OS. Yep. So I was getting this permissions error where I wasn't allowed to switch to where my games were being installed at. Now, my solid state drive is only like 120 gigs because it's just for my OS. That's the way I want to keep it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I keep trying to switch it and it won't switch. I'm glad that I did install Gears on my primary solid state drive because everybody was having fucking issues with their regular hard drives. Checkpoint systems fucking the entire game up. I'm talking people were putting the little screen that comes in the back of this corner, and every game since the
Yes,
1990s
the little
that
loading
when this
symbol.
icon flashes, please do not turn off your system
Yeah.
or the game. Please don't try to exit the game because we're saving. So, um, in my day, this has happened so much. I mean, I'm thinking way back to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, uh, God, Blood Rain. Even God of War did it. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to think about how early back I could go. Prince of Persia, the
Classic game.
2000
Classic game right there.
or the 99. I think it was 2001 version, maybe 2003. But
Prince of
even
Persia.
before,
Yeah, that's where fucking Assassin's Creed modeled their games after Prince of Persia.
but so that icon was always just there. And for somebody like myself, I wouldn't have noticed it either. But people were pouring like 8 to 10 hours into their game, pretty much almost near the end. When they go and quit the game, again, my ass wouldn't have seen that logo here. They go and quit the game, take a nap, wake up, go and start the game. Got to start all over, baby. No save.
Would it crash during the saving process or what?
Nope. Sometimes that icon would stay there. Sometimes it wouldn't. So that checkpoint
Oh,
system would sit there and roll, and it would roll and roll and roll. And other times it would just go checkpoint, and it would just disappear. But sometimes it would stay there. Sometimes it wouldn't. So that checkpoint system was just out the fucking door.
for Gears 5.
For Gears 5, game that just came out
Wow.
4 days ago,
Did
something like.
did it happen on the console versions or just the PC?
Don't know. I only have the original Xbox One, and not playing that shit at 30 frames a second.
Is it
I will
really?
say though,
Oh god.
I played everything on Ultra. Didn't experience a single bit of lag with a
Wow.
980 Ti and a i7 7700.
No shit.
Okay, unlocked of course, but still, game ran beautifully. But I saw it. I saw where the checkpoint system was going into play because I was playing it on experience or hard mode, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And so I was dying a little bit here and there because obviously you haven't played the game before. They're going to throw this bait and switch at you. You're
Yeah.
fucking surrounded by 3 giant motherfuckers that can only die if you shoot them in the head. And they have an iron helmet on, so you got to shoot the iron helmet off, shoot them in the head, hope to God they don't fucking strangle your ass or hit you with a club and fucking cut your head clean off. I would die.
Yeah, a lot.
So what happened would be I would die, go to a checkpoint, go back to the checkpoint, I would say, and then I would go forward, continuing the game. Like fuck, I died, started over again, move, and now I'm dying quicker. This shit was flying right over my head because I wasn't seeing it. This is 2019 we're talking about here. After a while, I realized I'm like, fuck, I'm dying left and fucking right here. Now in Gears, I don't know if they implemented it in 3 or not, but in Gears 4 and 5, you have this buddy system where you don't, if you get shot, you can be downed and you can be revived by a teammate, AI or player, doesn't really matter. I realized after a while that my teammates were way the fuck over here by the checkpoint, and I had to run way the fuck back over here to get to where I was. Co-op guys are way the fuck back there. They shoot me, and there's no teammates around me. The AI says, "Oh, fish in a barrel. Cool. Come up, stomp me in the head."
Everybody just from the
I
top
like
stock,
the
dude.
fucking swarm. I mean, this is fucking some Chris Jericho bullshit, dude. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the hell's going on, dude?
Yeah, some Chris Jericho bullshit.
So, the like kept happening after a while. I'm like, my God, those guys are bugged. And then I realized the more I died, the more the AI pathways got fucked. Then after a while, uh, the enemies wouldn't leave a certain part. They would just spawn and stay there. And I'm like, guys, I mean, it's open. Like, what the hell else you want? Like, let's go. So I had to quit the game, start it up again. Of course, it's a fucking program embedded into Windows. I can't disable the fucking intro movies, so it's over and over again. So if I died at any point, I'm just like,
That reminds me
so
of
many, so many
Hong
technical
Kong,
difficulties.
dude. That reminds me of Hong Kong '97, because I remember the Angry Video Game reviewed it. And like every time you die, you'd have to watch it all again, over and over and over. Just gave me some
Right.
flashbacks, man. Not ready for
So,
that.
so yeah, I was just, I beat it. I got to the end because I'm curious to see what they're doing with the story. I'm like an old grandma watching some soap operas, man. I want my fix. And that 12 to 18-hour campaign,
It's only 12 to 18 hours. I mean, for a linear story,
again, with a
I
lot of wide open
guess.
segments.
Yeah, a lot of wide open segments too.
I'm talking they almost went a Breath of the Wild approach. They almost
That would be
mm,
so weird. Just
like they're like they're tou- like they're touching on this Legend of Zelda dungeon stuff. They're it's not there yet, but it's odd. Every time I see games nowadays, especially with the new ones, and I pay $60 for it, I keep thinking I'm beta testing something for the future.
yeah, it's like a live service game where they haven't finished everything, and then they're gonna finish it later.
Like, I really want to know if anyone else is getting this vibe because I was playing Gears, and from the AI pathway not being full, I mean, like I was playing on a Nintendo game the other day. It was Super Mario Odyssey. It's a completed game. And there's like thousands and thousands of moons to get in Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, there's
And
so
there's like
much.
stuff to do. There's hidden stuff. There's hidden coins. There's like little collectible coins. There's clothing outfits. There's so much stuff to do. I've had that game for uh maybe 2 years now. I still haven't gotten all the moons. Fucking hell, I stay in one area and I'm still finding new secrets, new moons to collect and shit. And I you can finish the campaign and it'll just say you just collect moons, have fun. And you're like, oh cool. Sounds like a good idea.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Gears, I'm like, oh, 18 hours later, I'm like,
That's it. What happened?
you know,
You know, when 7 Days to Die in a game that's an alpha has better pathway than a AAA game, that's saying a lot, dude. I mean, granted, 7 Days to Die has had how many years to get their AI pathing down, but it's also an indie company.
well, again, when Nintendo had announced that they were delaying Animal Crossing, I was okay with it. A lot of people got bitchy and complaining about it. I don't give a fuck.
I'd rather have a finished game.
I just played Gears 5.
Yeah.
Like motherfucker, you maybe brought in a brand new weapon. Maybe two.
Damn. What is this? Call of Duty?
You know what I mean? Like I get not a lot of people play it for the story.
A lot of people
And a
play it
lot
for
of
the multiplayer. Yeah, that's true.
and I get that. So you know what I mean? Like you can throw it off to a guy that's just worried about, you know, I guess you could surmise that is to me bitching about, the Call of Duty campaigns or for shit. Like, well, at least with our Call of Duty game, I know I'm just like, oh god, somebody got like a weapon, or some dude's got some biological weapon, or oh god, some guy's got a knife and he killed that guy, or oh god, this guy shot up an airport, and oh
And
god, there's terrorists.
now we
Like,
gotta retaliate. You know?
you have a reason to shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can at least see the Call of Duty campaigns being like, okay, you're trying to get a little creative. I can see these cool little viewpoints. I think I was playing was it Call of Duty 5? Like the dudes from Advanced Warfare were in there, and the
Was that
Black Ops team.
Modern Warfare
Black Ops.
2?
No, it was no. I think it was Black Ops
Black Ops
5.
1 or
Black
4?
Ops 5, because there were
No,
dudes from Advanced Warfare. Like, not.
5 hasn't come out yet. I think it's Black Ops 4 you're thinking of.
It's probably 4 then. But like I was playing that, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's a 250 gig download." I was like, "Oh, because of the multiplayer shit in it.
Yeah, all of the battle royale stuff too.
The campaign was 40 gigs." Like,
Well, it couldn't have been Black Ops 4 because there wasn't a campaign in Black Ops 4.
so there's
It
one
was,
either before it or after
Black
that.
Ops 3 might have been what you're thinking of. Did it
Maybe.
have jetpack stuff in it? Like, were people flying around jetpacks, or maybe it was Black Ops 2?
No, because I played Black Ops 2. See,
Yeah.
this is another thing that I
Yeah.
get into is
Right, you're getting
Black
old, man.
Ops and Call of Duty used to have single player downloads, multiplayer downloads. If you have the multiplayer, you would download it separately. Its own little thing. You want to play single
Yeah,
player?
they used to have that on Steam. You could download them
That's
separately.
its own thing.
Yeah.
I still have Black Ops 2, and it was like single player, multiplayer zombies.
Yeah, I have it on Steam.
I kind of like that system because every now and again I want to go and I want to play a single player. I just want to shoot shit. I want to go shoot a guy in the crotch for 45 minutes. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I got some Steam to roll off. So I go and I download the single player install. When I downloaded the Black Ops one, I was just, God, this thing's like, I swear it was like 330 gigs. It's just all this data. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, there is so much fucking crap going on in these games. I miss, like when Dead Space 3 came out and people were bitching because that was kind of shitty. Like, I miss kind of those days because at least those developers and publishers were trying to push out a product.
And it was good. It's not like it was bad. It's not like there was microtransactions in there to, progress faster,
Dead Space 3, yeah, they had
did?
some microtransactions. Dead Space 3 did.
Was it game breaking or was it like just little cosmetic stuff?
Depends on how you look at it.
Oh, that's not good. That ain't good.
If you want to make a more powerful weapon, just spend $5, get some extra scrap.
Oh, it was something like that. Pay to
Yeah.
progress fast or something. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. Still shit, but I understand.
Again, like, even, I miss gripping stories, like the Layers of Fear people did Blair Witch, and I'm just like,
That Blair Witch game?
yeah,
Was
I'm
it-
just like,
Was it good? Yeah. Yeah. A little.
you know how we were talking about Gordon Ramsay in Britain and Gordon Ramsay in America?
Yeah.
These Layers of Fear people, like, I don't.
I kind of want to play it now. I kind of want to play that Blair Witch game now.
It's not like nothing happens. And
Oh,
I
it's like the movie.
Like, well, at least people were dead. At least
That's
you saw a
true.
dude, and then there was like a hex bag, like fucking the dude's teeth in it, and that was spoilers for a 1996 movie that came out.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't watched it by now, it's your own fucking fault. But like that at least had something.
Yeah.
This is the Layers of Fear guys. Like, they have really good art style, and this is kind of what we're missing in these games these days. Is that
personal touch, that art style. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Layers of Fear has, well, the developers, they have a beautiful art style. Observer, Layers of Fear 2, and Blair Witch. Beautiful art style. Graphics are stunning.
Yeah.
Story-wise, I'm like,
What engine do they use?
I have no idea. Observer was a crazy fucking engine because there was a whole like detective mode, but it was like a highly in-depth. Like, for instance, in Observer, they had this detective mode where you had to search through people's bodies or certain crime scenes, and you were like this guy from I can't even think of the fucking movie name. Oh my god.
Sherlock Holmes.
No, futuristic. Had Harrison Ford in it. Wore brown trench coat.
Oh, I think it's Indiana Jones. No, not Indiana.
Oh my god,
I literally just said Indiana Jones.
I'm gonna go over there and choke you to death. No,
Shut up.
before Indiana Jones, it was 1980s fucking sci-fi movie, and I can't fucking think of the name right now.
Indiana fucking Jones.
Indiana fucking Jones. Eat my dick. But anyways, there was this like cool detective mode where you would see the blood, see what happened, and you had to look for clues. In Batman Arkham Asylum, there's also detective mode, and it made it intriguing because you would find spots of blood, follow the blood, figure out clues and whatnot. And with Observer, it was very linear based. If you're gonna have a detective mode, you need to have, like, for instance, you can only turn this quote unquote detective mode on and off in certain areas. You could turn it on in other areas, but there was nothing you could see. It wouldn't show pickups.
Only in like dev approved areas, like when they
Right,
want you to.
like stuff through the walls. Like in detective mode, you could see like the bones.
Kind of reminds me
But
of like the Arkham games, like Arkham Asylum and shit. You
that's
on that you could turn it on at any point that you wanted to.
right. And
Yeah.
with Observer, it was very like you have to be here. This guy's got to say his thing, and then this says that. Like my girlfriend, I showed her the Xbox Game Pass. She's like, "Oh God, Observer's in it. It's got that cool guy. He's a good voice actor, whatnot." And he is. She played it for 2 hours. She said, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Oh no.
I love my girlfriend to death because she has like I told her, I was like, don't go in it thinking it's gonna be some crazy cool experience because
Go in
like
with minimal expectations,
it's like a walking simulator with some add-ons to it, and that's what Blair Witch feels like. You have a dog, you can pet the dog, give him snacks, you can do a lot of other stuff, but
Nothing too crazy. It's just kind of there.
even like Man of Medan, that game that came out,
Yo, that shit's been going that shit's been popping off. A lot of streamers have been playing that game.
that has a cool story mode, has you backstory, gives you several different characters to where it gives you choices. And you could take that whole Until Dawn effect where, when the promotional teasers came out, it's like every choice is a consequence. There's hundreds of thousands of different types of storylines. And I was like, first of all, y'all motherfuckers believe that, you're fucking lying.
Yeah, that's a lot to program. You'd have to
That
take a
is
couple years, like 5 years to do that
yeah,
shit.
like a couple, like you 20, 30 years maybe. You're talking about voice actors saying different lines for the choice that you made, acting differently, doing this, doing that. Like, so for each scene that they do, there has to be 15 different scenes. Not only that, that's just the start. At the end, there were probably 337,000 different types of scenes based on the choices that you have made. So
That Netflix show or the Netflix movie, it touched on that a little bit. Like we got to see a lot of different endings, but like not as many as that other game was describing or
right,
advertising.
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch. Yeah.
And Bandersnatch itself is something that I love. It was gripping.
Yes.
It was cool. It got you into it. And I'm just like, I just want a game that does that. I haven't had a game that's done that since like
early Telltale's Walking Dead. That did it for me. That was some good shit. To me, I loved that game. All right, that was some good shit. Witcher 3 did that to me.
Yeah, okay. Witcher 3, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That has depth. There's a
Yes.
lot of depth. But
It's such a good game.
I miss that. Like, for instance, Telltale games, I want to sit back and control it with like a remote control.
Yes,
for my
that's
TV.
true. That's true. It's more of a sit-down kind of game. Yeah.
Like I don't. Like when I'm here, sitting here playing a game, and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to fucking kick some ass, dude. What are we doing?
Where we dropping, boys? Oh, that was the nastiest burp.
And you're sitting there and you're like,
This is kind of boring. I ain't kicking
okay,
ass.
okay, that was cool. Oh shit. Oh shit.
B B B B B. Mash it.
The second option. And then you're sitting there for another 30 minutes.
Watching all the scenes play out.
Then it's like, okay, now move around stealthily so that nobody will see you. And you're like, okay, I want to go to the right. Can't go to the right. Okay, I'll go to the left. Can't go to the left. And then like there's like a screen pop up. Hold forward. Push X.
You're just hating right now, boy.
You killed a guy. Now clear out the encampment. All right, I guess this is where it opens up. All right, I'll go left. Can't go left. Okay, you know what? I'll back up. There's a dude behind me. Can't back up. Go right. Can't do anything. Okay. Then again, thing pops up. Hold forward on the joystick. I'm like, you ain't gotta treat me like a fucking kid. Tell me it's a linear based game. You have this pathway, go through it. I'm like, okay, hold forward. Ooh. Quick time event, hide in the shadows. I'm like,
Look how much work that took.
whew. Man, those zombies are crazy, dude. To fucking kill.
You know, all right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Speaking of zombies,
fucking hell, dude.
let's transition into something. 7 Days to Die, new. This is how I wrote it. New zombie fucker explodes. The Crusher, I think they called it.
Something like that. He's got dynamite wrapped around him.
He fucking dude. They uploaded gameplay of it, and Joel was playing against him. Oh yeah, it's a whole new 7-day horde thing, and this motherfucker was just booking it straight, and he takes so much damage to kill. Like it's an actual challenge this time.
Oh yeah.
And he comes in, and Joel can't close the door because there's 3 of them coming at him at the same time. And then he just explodes and destroys one of his chests.
See, again, cool in-depth feature. Me and Jake have played this for so long. It's just like, okay, make a base, fill it with concrete, bars, ammunition, traps.
You're done.
Start off with spike traps. Surround the fucking base with spike traps. I don't give a fuck what it is. Mine for iron. Surround a bitch in spike traps. 7th day comes, you're good. Keep leveling up, then you get blade traps. Outline the entire fucking base with blade traps. You got a door that doesn't fit with it, fuck it. Dig underneath it, put a blade trap under it. Surround the fucking base and blade traps. You know what I mean? 16 fucking generators. The electric fence. Get everything in there. And that's been stopping them for a little bit, but
yeah.
In the recent update, they're getting past them.
Yes, they are.
And I think that Joel Hunick is making it so that, yes, you can build impenetrable bases, but those traps, you better learn how to build.
Because those fuckers can blow up. What if they don't wait for you to shoot them? What if they just go to a trap and blow it up themselves?
That's what I'm saying. Now that the zombies are searching for that teeny tiny little block.
Yep.
Now they won't give a fuck.
They'll just fucking dive straight to it.
They'll just wait. Dude's gonna explode. Now you have this whole 3, space open that all the traps are gone. Destroyed your electric fence. Fucks all that up.
Yo, imagine this scene. All the zombies are running. They just stop. You think your game's frozen. Nope. Motherfucker comes barreling straight through all of them. Zombies are flying everywhere. And then he goes to a blade trap, blows it up. Fuckers start running straight to your opening. That is something I want to see, because then that's where them turrets come into play. Because if you put those fuckers up high, that's going to be your second line of defense. God, I get so excited just thinking about it.
I know. Well, like, that's just it. For somebody like again, for people that don't know, me and Jacob played this for so long, like, we know what to do.
Everything. Yeah, we just know.
Find a house. For some reason, I just find a place. I'm like, this is our base.
Jake's
like, what the fuck? How? How are you seeing this? And then like 158 days later, Jake's like, this was a good idea. It's turned out pretty well.
Yep.
And every time I'm just it'll be like day one, we're dying left and right because we're trying to find a place to stop it. I'm like, Jake, I found it. It's right here. Jake's like,
nah, man, let's try something else. No, we're staying here. Okay. And then it just works out.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Go ahead, man. See ya. I'm doing this thing. Jake's like, fuck, man. And like every time he's just like, this is actually badass fucking base, dude. I was like, I told you. Gotta trust. I don't know.
The trust.
No instincts.
Yeah.
It's fucking a computer program. I'm just taking a guess. I'm just like, yeah, right here. It works for me.
It's cool because the base that we have in the desert, it's different. But I feel like we have to spend so much time there just to get it down, just to get all the traps working. Because that's a lot of space to fill. It really is.
Well, for one, that's kind of what I'm hoping that can change a little bit is the experience-wise stuff. Like, for instance, we build those traps because we want to survive.
Yes.
We have chests and shit full of gunpowder and gun-making supplies, and we want to make sure that those zombies don't destroy it.
Yeah.
We have something to call our own, and we don't want anyone touching it. So when that 7th day comes, we literally, like, in that moment are building these traps, getting everything ready. I mean, I want mortars. That's what I want. Give me a goddamn mortar launcher.
Yes.
So me and 3 of my buddies can sit on that roof, see them coming, and just fucking bomb them.
Just start swinging, dude.
To just stop them for like the first couple of waves. And then when they get closer, we can drop the mortars, get down to the second area, annihilate the next couple of waves. Then once they get up close, we turn the blade traps on, get the turrets going. Then we get down to the ground floor. That's our last line of defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something intricate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I've always designed those bases. Is just brick, just straight flat top, second level shooting range. Then the last line of defense is on the floor. Sadly, everyone that joins in is like, first floor, yeah, of course. It's all the traps are. It's where we're safest. And I'm like, yeah, I want to be able to see the zombies coming and just shoot them down,
Yeah, thin out the
first,
hordes.
but
I feel like it has to be, because if we had 5 people on one horde night, how many motherfuckers there would be? We have like 3 people, like 1 person up top, at the very top, sniping motherfuckers. If we had mortars, mortaring them. Second floor, we have like 2 people there, sniping motherfuckers, mowing down that last line. And then right down below, the people the little stragglers that come through, mow them down. Or the traps will get them.
That's the only thing that I would want in a future build is the ability to have the hide and shadows to be connected with the sniper so that on the 7th day he can hide from the horde
and he won't get spit on from a zombie cop or some birds.
So for instance, I only want 90% of the team to be visible because on horde night you can't even sneak.
No, you can't.
You have this little bitty eyeball and it's like closed all the time, and on horde night it's like everybody knows where you are, and you're like, oh god,
Yeah.
And I want like one guy out of the entire area that they can't see.
How would we implement that though?
Well, for one, that one person, like for instance, the hill that's at our house. We just have one guy that's effective at sneaking in the shadow. So on the 7th day, he's not detectable. He can sneak up, get to that hill, flop his ass down, and now we have a vantage point. There's somebody that's outside the base.
Yes, he has to have like a silent sniper too.
Either or.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he would be detected after the first shot, but there is silencers.
Yeah, that is true.
So you know what I mean? Like I want to be able to have like that sniper in the background, because I thought about it and I'm like, I'm not building a fucking guard post. It's a pain in the ass. Then Jake's gonna be like, hey, we can dig a tunnel to it, man, underground. Just get a tunnel to it. And I'm like,
hey,
oh,
man,
God.
that underground garage is the best idea I've had so far, right? Don't be hating. Right? Don't be hating. What really fucked us up was when Mike was digging that tunnel that goes straight from the house into that little mine. and collapsed the road. Somehow the zombies didn't think to start punching that fucking.
No, you didn't collapse the road. They
job.
found your
that's
blade
right.
trap.
They went through the
And they
blade.
were
That's
just
right.
like, oh yeah, that little fucking area that all those zombies been going into and dying. They just, because really, where the hell are all the zombies? And we're like, they're in the basement. Like, how the fuck they get there? And I'm like, well, that fucking goddamn bridge that Jake wants to put up all the fucking time.
It was nice, but dude, as soon as they get those motion sensors, it'll be a lot better.
I just want my MG. I don't care. I just want to
That
mow
MG
and mow.
Looks
and
so
mow.
good. It looks so good.
That's what I'm hoping that the ghillie suit is for, because I want to be able to wear the ghillie suit and be on the 7th day, even if it's on like, like for instance, you don't need that. Like for instance, when you shoot a zombie, the zombie figures out where you are.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you were to wear a ghillie suit and get on like a roof, the birds wouldn't bother you.
Yes.
So now you can sit there while everyone's on the inside shooting this way. The sniper can be sitting there shooting that way, because we've had that issue where like zombies will get in this like one little corner and just do this whole like little
circle.
I'm gonna attack this one little corner piece there, and like, well, it's made out of steel, but you're more than willing to try. And then it gets annoying because he keeps attacking, and like, all right, we gotta go stairs around, shoot the guy.
Yo, is it just me, or have they upgraded the durability of the concrete? Because it works works a lot better than say Alpha 17 did, or no, Alpha 16. I'm sorry, Alpha 16 did.
I wouldn't say it's durability. I think it's the fact that they stopped the several attacks at once.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Like how me and you would be hitting a block and the health would just kind of like go down, go down, go up, go down, go down, go up, go down, go down, go down, go up, go down, go down.
That's fucking annoying.
So that's I think that is kind of implemented in there to be deterrent, and I don't think that the concrete itself has gained any more durability. I think they just added a thing because it used to be where if 12 zombies just attacked it
was fucking destroyed.
It was like it's gone, and they're like, oh fuck, they're in a fucking like how where like the one fucking I don't know, we're all dead, all right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like just stuff like that. I think they've added just like a little deterrence here and there, which is nice.
Yeah, because the health is always
like that.
The health's always been the same on those things too. So I didn't understand like because it felt stronger. It felt like an actual end game block that you could place down and be comfortable with.
Yep.
And when they destroyed that one blade trap on the corner and they started ramming it on the side, it stood up like the whole night, like half the night it stood up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we put it all in the same circuit. And we didn't think to divvy it up every circuit, which saved our ass later on when we actually did it.
Yeah, that was something, which is again, Joe Hunick. He does a lot to talk about what he's doing aesthetically, and I'm like, I mean, he took a whole like unstable build just to work on trees. I was like, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they look great. They really fucking
do. Like, hey, man, I'm all for, good-looking trees as much as the next guy, but...
I like functionality more than anything. I'll take the functionality now and the aesthetics later.
You could have, like, hey, we've added 5 more add-ons. Like, oh, cool, thanks. Like, oh, it's only been, 6 months. Hey, guys, high-def trees. Like,
it's the future.
Like, great. I can chop wood
beautifully.
The same as I always have been.
You know what's really grinded my gears? The little things in life when it comes to 7 days. The regular swinging animation is overhand. It's not like a regular lumberjack where he would be swinging that shit to the side and making a V cut and then hitting it down. It's like he's throwing a fucking hatchet at it. They need to make this. For the audible viewers or the audio viewers, I'm swinging to the side. Like think of how like an actual person with an axe would swing.
Yes, you literally said chopping a tree.
So yeah, chopping a tree. They have that as overhand. It's just It's so weird. That's a really weird design choice.
And that's another thing that kind of brings into the indie developers thing is I hope to God that we don't get into this trademarking issue because the forest that we have
Yeah.
played had great tree chopping,
Whatever happened
except
to that game?
oh, it's finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can complete it. You can save the kid. They did what they said they would do. Surprise, surprise. They're like, hey, we're at early access. And they're like, cool. What can you do? You can save the kid. Remember that? I'm like, yeah. Every goddamn time I started the fucking game, I'm in this goddamn fucking plane with a fucking kid, and he's gone.
So you can save him now. Yay!
And they're like, yeah, woo! And I'm just like,
Okay.
that's all you did? Just you saved him. I'm like, all right.
Is there an end game beyond the end game? Can you like build
It
with
took
the
me
kid?
forever when I was playing the forest by myself before I even like met you guys. I was just playing it and I was just like, this is like fucking boring. I mean, like it was odd, like because again, I was playing 7 days here and there, but that seemed more linear progression wise. You can craft things a lot easier, except
Yeah.
the fact that you need 75 logs and make a log cart and push the log cart, and then it's just tedious as fuck. I was like, well, fuck the house. I just want weapons. I'm fine with the fucking leaf tent, fucking hay bed, whatever the fuck it is. Like, hey, we have pre-made buildings, a huge log cabin. I was like, cool.
That was always nice. Yeah.
It'll take you 335 logs to chop. And I'm like, I get
Yep.
3 per tree.
Yep. Dude, that pissed me off. You'd have to play with people.
Here fucking chopping 30 fucking trees. Well, sorry, 300. No, it'd be 30 trees,
Yep.
just for that shit. I ain't doing it. So, like, I hope that we don't get into this trademark thing because, like,
That would suck.
For anyone that hasn't played the forest, you would chop a tree. It was a regular looking tree, just like you see in any other game. Well, you would chop it, it would fall down, and on its way to falling down, it would fall into pre-made logs, which was literally the strangest thing I've ever seen in any game ever.
Very unique.
Like, weird. I wouldn't say unique. It's just fucking weird. I mean,
I haven't seen it anywhere else, so I think it was unique.
like, and this is coming from the fact that you can there are these inhabitants of the island that you can kill.
The cannibals.
Yeah, the cannibals. And you can cut off their legs, cut off their arms, you can cut off their head. And you can build little totems. You can set them on fire.
You can eat them, I think. Yeah, you can eat them. Reduce your sanity.
You can hang them up on the old jerky rack and let them dry out. You can eat them as jerky. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can do anything you want. And I was like, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. I spent a long time because they're like, we made custom things. I was like, that's fucking cool. Stick that in there, get a leg, and then another leg, get an arm in there, and then another arm with a head, and then just put down like 6 legs in there. And then while you're doing it, you just see like 6 of those cannibals around you. You're like, hey guys, a lighter, light it on fire. And they're like, ah! And then they all run away. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yep, it's a propellant. It was supposed to be like a scarecrow made out of cannibal parts.
I was like, well, that's pretty fucking cool. And then you go from that to that tree just falling into several different logs. I'm just like, I feel like that was tacked on.
They had their strokes of genius, and then they.
You're right. Like, like I was just. It was just one of the things I got. And then they had cool little tree houses you could make where you could build a house in a tree. And then you can attach little railings to them and attach it all throughout the forest. And then if you were to wake up at night and find yourself surrounded, you were like, yo, what's up? You guys like Molotofs? I like Molotovs. Just throw them down, watch them all run around frantic. I'm going back to bed. Don't come back.
They're all cooked.
Yeah, like sit there like, fuck, I'm hungry. Take a leg, eat it.
Well, speaking of eating cannibals, I don't know where that segment's going, but that's going to be the end of the podcast because we have been going for an hour and 14 minutes. Doesn't really feel like it. Not at
Doesn't.
all. You know,
Not at all.
just talking. Unfortunately, Mike wasn't able to make it today. You know, it is a little annoying, but he was just in a fucking motorcycle accident.
You know, he's got staples in his head.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll blame it on the staples.
So it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you had a good one. Make sure to cop some ScaRy merch over there in the link down below. Forever ScaRy,
Jake,
bam, for 5% off.
Jake, are you gonna add in the speaking of jerky?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But soon. Because I want to make sure everybody gets their stuff first.
Yeah, speaking of cannibalizing and
oh yeah, that would have been a perfect segue, man.
Jerking people's arms and limbs. Jake has well, you know, it's better to leave it up to the imagination. Jake's gonna have his own handmade quality artisan
stuff.
Future products going on that he himself has made. He's asked me to borrow a hatchet too.
Yeah,
kind of weird. He hasn't given it back because he said it was just soaking.
Yeah, I used to be a boy, now I'm a girl. But thank you so much for coming out. Hope you have a good one, and we'll see you guys next time.